Hello there, my name is Ben and welcome back to Play the Game Central. Today I'm going to be talking about some hopes and fears of Black Ops 2 now. This may be a bit late and I have been talking about it a lot, but from what I've seen I want to tell you, I want to explain my thoughts and most importantly what I hope comes in the form of DLC. Now I'm not going to be talking about maps per se with DLC because actually, the maps don't matter all that much. To me, it's the architecture behind the maps that matters greatly. And I want to see some more innovation because, to me, transit mode wasn't enough to warrant Black Ops 2 Zombies. It just didn't feel, or doesn't feel, like a big enough step from Treyarch this time. Now, they ended with a big bang, literally. I mean, Moon was on one hand, Moon was kind of the pinnacle of Treyarch's ability to look into what warrants taking a game to the next level, and on the other hand, it just did not feel like enough. I mean, actually, prior to that, I'd already played a World at War custom map that had low gravity. It's a very easy thing to do, and you could even do it in Derice and Verrucht, but it wasn't new enough. But at the same time, it was really cool because you were on the moon, and that's I understand that. What I really liked and what's implemented well in Transit, I think, is what started in Moon was that kind of dual zone thing. You had Groom Lake, you had Area 51. And which had its own set of regulations in terms of how zombies were granted health and how, because it was obviously roundless, although you can play it with rounds, but it's roundless. And you know, I think that was really interesting because every time you teleport back, it's the same file. This whole moon is one file. Area 51 and Griffin Station are in the same file if you actually look at them, and it's really interesting that they can zone it like that. And you do see that in Transit, even from when you spawn in, and you know, you see it as you move into different areas. Zombies are lethargic, where in other areas they're not. They're sprinters, and that's cool. I like that. That is innovation, and that's good. However, we had that with Black Ops, and it just doesn't seem enough to me to have the same thing again. Well, I know that they're going to have the same things, but for instance, one thing that annoys me a lot is, I think Boop's going to cover it as well, but is the wall weapons. And I won't tell you too much about it because Boop is going to talk about it. But the wall weapons that you kind of start off with, that annoys me. Other things as well, they have got a lot right. The kind of, when you get winded from doing up windows in Transit, in Black Ops 2, you don't get that winded. Like in Black Ops, you could do 2 or 3, I think it was 3 or 4 boards, and then it would stop. There's this weird kind of, it's not a glitch, it's an architectural peccadillo. I don't really know what the word is, but it was a thing that happened, and they've got rid of that, which I'm glad. Now you can do up a window just by standing in front of it, and you can do it in its entirety. And it happened with wooden windows back in things like Nacht, I think in Derice as well. But it wouldn't work with things like wall, and like if you're in Verrucht, that kind of thing wouldn't happen. So I'm glad that they're sorting out the finer details as well. I just wanted more. I don't know, Transit, I think what it is, it's not the maps, because the individual maps seem pretty cool. I mean, they look good, but you know, there's custom maps now which represent farmland, there's custom maps which represent facilities, garages, even diners. I've played in one before. I mean, you know, all of that's been done by the community, and Treyarch are now at this point where they are, I always say they shit or go bust. Now, I don't know where they're at, because this does not seem like a step forward. It seems like they're kind of, as they probably should, because if it was me, I'd probably do the same thing. They're just getting money for old rope, and I can appreciate that, but at the same time, I want more. But then at the same time, I don't know what to suggest in terms of wanting more. However, their staff should know this. I mean, they should brainstorm. What I think they should do with the Treyarch zombie staff is fire them all, sack them all, and get new ones in. And I don't say that because they're bad at what they do, or they're, you know, shit zombies people, and not at all, because they're very, very good, and I always like what they create. The only thing I think would be good is to have some new imaginations in there, imaginations that weren't involved particularly with World at War and Black Ops, because they're kind of dragging this storyline now. And I don't normally talk poorly about the storyline, because I really like it actually, but they're kind of dragging it through the mud now, and it just seems that, as I've said for a lot, I've said since World at War actually, since the race, they should draw a line under it and continue with something else, because that seems like a good idea. However, there are obviously remnants, and the main Easter egg in Transit obviously is a big kind of Houdini for a lot of people. So I think that I'm just not sure it's enough innovation to warrant me saying that it's incredible. However, I still really like it. I mean, it's zombies, what's not to like? But you know me, I am critical. I'm probably overcritical of things, and I'm not going to lie, I'm already quite bored of all the kind of stuff that we've seen and experienced. Getting bored by it quicker than I was with Black Ops, and I was bored of Black Ops about a week before it came out. So, you know, I'm just hard to please, I guess. But I'm looking forward to it. I really am. As you probably know, I'm in an office now. This is the second commentary that's come from you, from the office, and I literally have Boop and Chris in the same room. Say hello.
Hi.
And yeah, so we're doing commentaries for you, and I just wanted to get everyone's thoughts and things going, kind of juices flowing. And there's so much hope. That's a fear. Those are the fears that I have. The hopes are so great, and hopes come in the form of obviously DLC, because I'm not thrilled with Transit, and I don't think a lot of people will be, although it gives us a lot of individual maps. When you play it as Transit mode, it doesn't feel like it's all that big. But I think, especially once you get to kind of know it and know where things are, it doesn't feel that big, because once you spawn in you feel lost, but after that I think it will clear the air. In terms of DLC, time will tell. Obviously I know nothing about that, no one does, mainly because DLC, the first set of DLC is only just being rendered now, and the second set hasn't even begun production. So you know, there's a lot to go. A lot of time to go, and I don't have many things to say in terms of what I want, because I'm not the guy to go to for that. I'm not the guy to go to for ideas for maps, although I have set things in my mind. Like, I'd still like to see Paris, because it sounded so cool, like, and the things that we saw looked amazing. I think that would have been such a nice step for them instead of Moon. I'd preferred obviously Paris to Moon, because again it would have drawn a line under that storyline, and then we can move on. Well, I mean, blowing up the Earth kind of does the same thing, but you know what I mean. It's, you know, horses for courses, I suppose. But no, I really don't know what to expect from DLC. What I would like to see is a couple more game modes. I think Lax is going to talk about some of the kind of private match issues and things that you can do in private match. But I'd like to see a bit more of that, maybe a sticks and stones-esque kind of thing, or hardcore mode, which I've been rooting for a long time. It's something I really want to see, you know, no HUD, limited money. In fact, what I did about 3 weeks ago, and there's still a mark on my TV, I'm looking at it now from when I did it, is put masking tape on, because I was playing on PS3, not PC, so I can actually mod the HUD itself. I put masking tape over the counters and over the grenades and all that stuff, and that really fucks with your head. Even if they could, like, you know when you see someone who's just been to court and they blur his face out with that kind of weird distorted pixel stuff, put that like ever changing over the points, so you can kind of see what's there, but you're kind of at the same time what the fuck's going on. That would be pretty cool. I'd like to see some of those steps that can make the game even more engrossing and give it even more playtime, because at the end of the day, once you've done survival and transit and you've done a bit of grief, which isn't as good as it sounds, you're going to be bored. So anything to extend the life of the game, Treyarch should be looking to do. But on the whole, it's very, very good. And I look forward so much to bringing you just so much fucking content. You're not going to be able to you're not going to believe how much we've got in store for you. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for listening to me. It wasn't really a rant. It was I think that was controlled, and I want to be controlled because I am a fan of the series. Just at the same time, if you aren't pushing them to be at their best, then what's the point in having a community? You know, if they don't want constructive criticism and feedback, then what's the fucking point in interacting with the community at all? So I think they get it. And anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching and listening. And you're kind of watching my new favorite map. I'm very, very into Varrock at the moment. And yeah, anyway, guys, thank you very much, and thanks for your support. If you could leave a like on the video, I'd be horrendously naked, and I will see you next time. Bye.